Rhythm action game, loose musical simulation in which the player must perform actions in time to music in order to succeed.
Musical games were first popularised in the late 90s by the hallucinatory Parappa the Rapper for the PlayStation. There's been a huge explosion in rhythm action games recently, thanks to the success of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, with the Fab Four joining the ride with the release of the Beatles Rock Band spin-off. The release of the Beatles Rock Band game is a true watershed moment for video games because it's probably got the biggest crossover appeal of any game ever, apart from that one where you push Smiling Class in the canal, which unfortunately I've just made up. The idea is that you, yes you, seize control of the Beatles and strum, bash or warble your way through their entire musical career, from their stompy origins in the Cavern Club through to their rooftop swan song. To take part, as well as the game itself, you'll need one of the guitar controllers or the drum kit or a microphone, or preferably all of the above. It's really designed to be played by 4 people at once, and if you are playing on your own, for God's sake, don't let anyone walk in and catch you, because there's no way you can strum a plastic guitar and maintain your dignity. Anyway, the game mechanics will be familiar to anyone who's played Rock Band or Guitar Hero. You have to hit the notes at the right time as they flow down the centre of the screen there. I think that's basically what proper musicians see in their heads as they play. Do it right and it all sounds good, mess it up and it all starts to sound pretty bad. It's essentially formalised air guitaring. It's actually a really compelling illusion because within seconds of picking this up you really do feel as though you're playing with a modicum of ability. I could have been in the Beatles, it's a piece of piss. Oh yeah, look, I think those girls like me. Yeah! Bloody I'm a grown man, I'm 38. You can also sing if you plug in a microphone, although it's difficult to do all of them at once. We all live in a yellow, red, blue, green. Visually, it's all very striking, with stylised thunder-like Fab Four avatars performing in a series of live venues to start with. Later they retreat to the studio, which is the point where they took lots of drugs, although they don't show them doing that. Instead, that period's represented by showing them starting off in Abbey Road before apparently coming up on something or other, at which point everything gets heavily trippy before slowly returning back to Earth. Although when you're actually playing, you're so focused on the unrelenting corridor of notes in the centre of the screen, they could replace all the stuff around the edges with footage of Simon Mayo defrosting a veggie burger and you'd be none the wiser. As a game, it's hardly challenging. If you do particularly badly, the song just stops. But the game isn't really the point. In fact, it isn't really a game at all. It's a fun experience. It's a way of enjoying the music and a great illustration of just how broad games have become. It's as close as any of us are going to get to being in the Beatles. In fact, the only thing missing is the option to have a Japanese concept artist turn up 2/3 of the way through and sit in a corner ruining everything. Well, viewer, that's about all we've got time for in this video game wipe type thing, and now here's Fred Harris from an old episode of Micro Live summing up our entire show in a flipping sentence, as well he might. Here's the conclusion.
So, if you've never played a computer game, don't dismiss them. There are games for all mentalities. It's just that the good games are hidden behind a mass of crude shoot-'em-ups.
And if that got you in the mood for some cutting-edge technology, why not head over to the BBC Archive website, where there's a selection of classic Tomorrow's World episodes available for your delectation. Next tonight, there's comedy with the incomparable Rab C. Nesbitt.
Man.